now. At least I refreshed and I'm
the
seeing
spirit
it.
of dead air with him. Gorgon, you cannot pin that on me.
The spirit of dead air.
Well, you did bring her on as a character.
All right.
I'm not able to access the stream.
Yeah, it looks like it's down.
Okay,
I'm getting
I'm
serious
going to-
amounts of drop frames anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep reloading it and it just goes to the archive.
Yeah,
that
it just
sucks.
goes to the archive one, and it says chat is disabled for some reason instead of just letting chat go. It's weird.
It's even gone ahead and just posted it as a video.
Hey, notice
Gorgon
how...
is the one talking, so that's on you, Matt.
All
Well,
right.
he's here, but Demon Eater and Xenolith are not, so I guess he scares him off.
Yeah, I'm getting a ridiculous amount of drop frames. Like 80% of the frames are being dropped. So that's.
Oh, hey, I think I may have finally got it back up.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going for me now, but the likes are gone.
Alas.
Point nothing's working quite right, including us ourselves.
All right. See, now I'm all green. So once more. Okay, reconnection successful in
There's a
OBS.
community made mod for GTA that brings actual brand name cars back. That would probably be a big undertaking.
Yeah, but you couldn't get online because of the how much it hogs the graphics.
Okay, I think we're back up.
Maybe. Oh,
Is that a dog?
Yeah, he was just.
okay, yeah, it's back up for me.
I heard the ear flapping.
All right. Yeah, the only thing that I did differently was I killed GTA. So we're back up to like a very small amount of drop frames. I'm getting 30 FPSs. And I'm all green. All right, so I'm gonna
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties. Well, now we are officially a real stream. So
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to forego doing GTA. It's just too much of a resource hog.
all right.
Yeah.
So what I'll do
Sad.
instead is I'll fire up XCOM 2. Why not?
XCOM.
That has the girls in it.
Sounds good.
That has the girls in it, and I know I can run that. So
XCOM
Just
gives
don't
me-
put in Lenore or Vamp, okay?
Yeah,
I
Maeve
won't
wants
put
to live.
I won't put Lenore or Vamp in there. At least not on purpose. I'm going to continue the last game I did so I can actually control who I send out on the missions. All right. All right.
You know, when I played XCOM, I made the Jawbreakers.
Oh, that's fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was a while ago though. And I'll have to re-download XCOM 2 because I had the safe space for other games.
I got XCOM 1 on my computer. I don't have XCOM 2.
You need
Oh yeah,
XCOM 2.
you guys are all on PC. I'm a console gamer. You're like, oh, you filthy peasant.
Yeah, I can understand that. For the longest time, I was a console peasant while all my friends were PC gamers.
You know what? While we wait on this, how about like let's just take this time and just like talk. We got Dylan, we got Gorgon Knight. Let's see. Who else have we got on the panel? We got yeah. Okay, Dylan, Gorgon Knight. How about you guys go off and talk about like if you guys had a game based off your potential Mythoverse book, what would you do? I mean, like what kind of game would you want to make out of it?
Oh wow. Well, I mean, I think for me, I already, already gothic, is already in a castle. I think it'd be much too predictable to make it like a Metroidvania type game.
Well, especially considering that's going to be Adobe Kroger's thing.
Yeah, I was thinking of like a game based off my thing. It would probably be more like that 2D game Claire. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you were talking about in the Discord earlier today.
Yeah. It would be something much more, slow pace like that. Like you would have to like hide from like the horrifying monsters, and like you, like I think what I like, the horror I like is like the unknown. Like you don't even know like what the whole thing looks like, but your imagination.
Also, do like a little bit of Claire and a little bit of Darkest Dungeon.
Yes. Yeah, certainly.
And how about is Duskquill still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Awesome. So what kind of a game would you make out of Paradise?
Out of Rapture.
Rapture.
It'd be just about the same as the comic survival horror with some puzzle solving and mystery aspects in there. Mystery solving.
Who would be your protagonist?
Ooh. Well, that could depend on. That could depend on where. You could probably have like an open selection between the three different pro tags, and they'll have like different abilities or skill sets, or you could probably have to cycle through all three of them anyways for the story.
So like old school Resident Evil style.
Like
Resident Evil, like a Resident Evil, if it was a lot more like Silent Hill.
Oh, I like
So
the sound of
Silent
that.
Hill.
Yeah, because the one way I always described the concept of Rapture, both its comic as well as like just like the overall principle of the world itself, it's like a mix of Silent Hill and Persona.
Okay, so like, so Dylan's would be like a cross between Claire and Darkest Dungeon and
Well,
Dusk.
maybe. Yeah, you certainly like get to move around like you would in like Claire. Certainly, but it would have certainly more of an gothic aesthetic, gothic horror aesthetic, like Darkest Dungeons. Okay, it would help me a lot if someone would talk with me.
You having trouble getting your thoughts out in a coherent fashion?
Yeah, it's always better when someone's like.
Welcome to the human condition.
Yes, it is easier to exist when we are being social.
So Gorgonite said, I'd probably do an Operation Raccoon City style, but good game centered around Templar agents cleaning up a little magical mishap that happened in a city. That sounds like it has promise.
Speaking of which, T. Paddington says someone should make the Mythoverse Girls in Soul Calibur, and Dylan, I think you already tried your hand at that.
Yes,
you?
I did. I'll have to.
You still got the pics, right? Can you drop them in the? Can you drop them?
Drop them where? General.
Yeah, if you drop them in general, I could bring them up in the stream.
Okay.
By the way, Dylan.
Okay.
Beth loves. I love seeing them.
Right. Hold on, I'm trying to find them. I have like a ton of different. I actually think I might have them saved on. Oh, here they are. I'll have to find the screenshots I took, instead of just the ones I took on my TV. I have them on my Facebook. Private, so I could save them.
All right, I have Leonore on the squad. Who wants to bet that she's going to kill Maeve again?
Oh boy.
All right, I'm keeping my eye on her this time.
R.I.P. Maeve.
And Laura's killing Maeve, as is tradition.
I like how her name is Banshee. Pretty good.
Okay, I found them.
Yeah, I see Maeve. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up in the stream real quick.
Wait, no, I got the HD picture. Let me.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Damn it, my dog's coughing again.
This is
Well-
actually very good.
Well, you know what that means. It's time to put the sick pupper down.
Boo!
Boo!
Boo.
Nah.
Amazing how well that looks like Maeve. It's like
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I uploaded the HD pictures. You can show them up on screen.
Yep, I'm doing that right now. 1 second. There we go.
I love how Maeve has the Soslamel style.
yeah, he's the one with the sight, isn't he?
Yeah, that was my main back in early Soul Calibur.
All right.
All right, there you have it. Oops. Let me open that up a bit. So there is Maeve right there.
It looks like Adobe has the Witcher style.
Nice.
Geralt.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that up on screen here. So there's
kinda
Adobe,
reminds
and
me.
that looks damn good too.
You know, if Adobe had her own game, you know, it could work. I mean, it'd be a lot more ambitious, but what could work is like an Arkham style game.
Oh
It could
yeah,
be.
that would be very good, but it would be like a AAA title at that point.
Arkham
Dylan,
style both.
I
It
can
could
also see.
incorporate like a lot of
you
her
know,
different powers and the fighting and that sort of.
Hey Dylan, what did
Yeah.
you give Althea?
A rapier.
Yeah,
You
so she has like the Raphael style.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't got the DLC where it has Amy yet. I would change it to that.
You
perhaps.
got Raphael.
Yeah, I got Raphael so far, but I would change it to Amy so it could be a little more feminine.
So there is Althea. I just put Althea up. So yeah, there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Someone mentioned Soul Calibur.
Yeah, it was T. Paddington. He's in the chat right now.
Well, I'm glad to provide.
I think Dan, what's
FF.
your internet provider?
I'm on AT&T. I wonder.
there we go.
I wonder if someone tripped over the router.
How does AT&T measure up to compare? How is AT&T compared to say Comcast?
It's hard for me to tell because I've been with AT&T for as long as I can. Remember.
My dad is heavily reliant on internet, so he's tried both. Says that Comcast is better than AT&T.
Fair enough. But streams back up. Streams alive, or supposedly.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually pretty cool. I mean, now that we have, like I said, we're now a grown-up stream because we have
I
technical
can
difficulties.
confirm stream is okay.
Stream is not dead yet.
We're back to stream green. Repeat, back to stream
Stream
green.
All right.
How do you know if you're not on stream green when there's no stream or green left?
Well, OBS has this little handy square that's bright green right now.
Yeah.
So I can see how many KBS I am piping out and how many drop frames I have, which is currently 0. And awesome. All right, so let's see if Lenore kills Maeve. Let's see.
About to go into Beijing. Are you gonna help out President Trump against the trade war with China?
I think I'm gonna go to Battletech and see if I can create the girls there.
That would be
Maybe.
fun.
Althea, Adobe, and Maeve, and giant robots.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Only way to do it.
Yep.
They come together to form.
Do you think Althea and Adobe would be drift compatible?
Who knows? I mean,
I'm pretty sure Adobe would love to see Althea in an outfit, one of those outfits.
Somebody help the pupper.
well,
Oh
And
yes,
in old Battletech lore, mech warriors used to wear next to no clothing.
Oh shit. Okay. I gotta mute.
Gorgonite says, with Althea, it'd be cool to see a mix between third-person Sherlock point-and-click and a third-person action RPG, a la Spider Studio style games. Example, Vampire.
Yeah, I can see Vampire style
Oh,
game
dude,
working out for
yeah.
Althea.
Dude, Vampire was such an awesome game. Or at least I thought so.
For Mythotron.
Mythotron. Oh, jeez, that's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Fucking Mythotron. That's great.
Okay, that's genius.
There will be a Mythotron now. That's canon.
Oh boy.
Oh no. I can only imagine the combination sequence for that.
Form, boobs, and body. No, there you go. There's got to be boobs on it.
Okay. I was gonna ask Matt this. Which mech would you fit each of the girls out with?
Well, since it's gonna be randomized, it'll
don't
be
have-
based... Yeah, I don't
You
have
don't-
any say over it.
If you did.
Well, there was a battle mech named Fancy in there.
Well, is it stealthy?
No, unfortunately, it's got all the stealth of Adobe.
Okay, so which is the stealthiest mech?
Stealthiest mech. I'd have to say Raven. It's got ECM.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if I'm lucky enough to get a Raven, I'll give it to her.
Gorgonite
No,
says,
it's-
Maeve's mech has to have a bunch of MLP shit all over it.
Shit all over it.
Yeah, it would have to. Okay, so Adobe is more of a, I guess would you say more of a jack of all trades mech?
Whichever
Well-
mech allows her to punch people in the face harder.
Atlas.
Yeah, she would definitely
No,
be
I meant
an assault mech, but she'd also be able to defend as well.
Atlas.
Okay, I think Althea was the one I meant jack of all trades.
I mean, if in this word in the way of the Steiners, Atlas can do everything.
Yeah.
Even Scout.
Okay,
think
so what about Althea?
I think it's more of a personal choice, but Enforcer.
Why the Enforcer?
Mainly because it's better known as a sniper kind of mech. And keeps
Snipe
that,
mech.
you have to keep them out of the way.
Is Althea the type that'll go on Call of Duty and 360 no scope people,
No.
or is she a camper?
Althea's the smart one, remember?
Yeah.
So a camper.
Well, if it's anything, I'd probably go with a commander mech like Cyclops.
Actually, you know what? I think if you were gonna give really a monster of a mech to Adobe, it'd have to be the Mad Cat.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the Mad Cat is all that great.
Mad Cat was my main in Mech Assault.
Yeah, but I think it's also one of the reasons why the clans were crushed into ground.
Didn't the clans come with superior mech tech?
Yeah, but they are also stupid about their industrial strength. So the only place
Germany?
that could produce the Mad Cat is Stranavecti, the homeworld of the clans, and that was light years away. Also, I want to point out something. The clans were beaten by Space AT&T.
Eh.
They underestimated their opponent, who used their stupid ways against them.
Look like posted in general.
I'm not the mech warrior battletech guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Perfect mech for Maeve. Okay,
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
a mech.
I'm gonna have to show this off. Hold on a second.
And also, Gorgonite says in response to me trying to figure out what Call of Duty player Althea would be, he says, a 360 no-scope camper.
Sounds like Adobe.
Let's combine the strategies.
Yeah, there is Maeve's mech if you haven't had a chance to see it in general.
Maeve's mech.
The power,
Complete with ballerina routine.
Well, the most critical component is the bow.
Right.
The bow on the head is absolutely critical. Gotta have the bow.
You know, it is canon. It is sort of canon that Adobe introduced Maeve to Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, Buttercup was her jam. All right.
Yeah, and she definitely had a nice way of comparing Althea to Blossom.
Well, leader of the group.
Wait, so who's the bubbles of the group?
Maeve.
Maeve is
Well, oh yeah, that goes without.
Maeve
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be Bubbles.
Did
in
you
any
even
group.
need to ask?
Yeah, dumb question, my bad.
Power buff Dynamo. Yeah.
Yeah, just like. Yeah. Although right now it seems Maeve is more preoccupied watching Banicula.
In that one drawing that you guys can't show, Maeve had like posters on the wall on her wall. Well,
Yeah, I
Has,
know.
I'm actually kind of curious about one thing. Has anyone seen the new anime that's coming out now? If it's for my daughter, I'd even defeat the Demon Lord.
Say what?
There's a new anime that is based off a light novel called, and its English translation is, "If it's for my daughter, I'll even defeat the Demon Lord."
Hold up, I need to look this up.
Well,
It's
I mean,
incredibly wholesome
yeah.
until the later chapters, because the child's a demon, she grows up, and the human guy's like, eh. It later on goes into a romance plot, which I'm very disappointed by, but I still love the initial plot.
Gorgonite says plot twist. Adobe's actually the Bubbles of the group, just hides it better. Well, she has her soft moments. She just keeps them to herself, like you said.
But I was saying, like I was about to say, into that anime, I can see, Maeve being the daughter, and either Adobe, Althea, or Regina being the being the guardian.
Yeah, can see that.
Everyone wants to protect her.
Must protect the child.
Yeah.
And I can also see any of those three just freaking freaking out every time she smiles or does anything cute.
Yeah.
Remember for the anime for Dale, the guardian adopted father, you got the guy who voiced I can't remember his name, but I definitely know he's from My Hero Academia. He's the...
Is it All Might?
No, it's not All Might. I think it's the one that's like Deku's rival in the group.
Bakugo?
Yeah, I think so. I think they got him to voice Dale.
You know what? I appreciate that Gorgonite calls Maeve a femlet instead of a lolly.
Well, I mean, Maeve is literally a child. That's not a lolly. A lolly would be an adult person that looks like a child.
Are you talking about Clifford Chapin?
Oh, for the Japanese voices,
Ah.
not the English dubs.
It hasn't been dubbed yet.
It hasn't been dubbed yet. It just came out. It's probably going to be a while before they start doing dubs.
Yeah.
I just hope that the anime goes way different from the manga because I actually want some father-daughter adventures, not what the manga turned out to be.
I don't. Do I want to know the details?
Well, I guess I can spoil a little bit because this is a very crucial part if you're going to enjoy the manga later on because you got this human guy named Dale who's a mercenary, and on a job he founds a demon child, a demon girl, just out in the woods. Turns out her dad is dead, so he winds up adopting her, and he like tries to raise her. And later on in the story, because of how demons work, she's gonna like grow old, and while everyone else just dies around her, she's gonna keep on going, and and apparently, turns out they're only like really like a few years apart. Like he's 18, she's like 14 or 13 or something. And no, wait, no. At the beginning, it's like 7. I have no idea how that age, but it's like medieval. So there's like way wider age gaps than that most of the time. But yeah, she winds up getting into like her late teenage, young adult phase. He's somewhat slightly older, like he's actual adult, and yeah, there's gonna be there. Yeah, that's when it starts going down the romance plot.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do they
it's
try
anime,
to
but
this away by saying she ages faster?
Maybe I don't know. It's been a while since I read the light novel, but it's
That's about the only way that makes sense to me because it's like, either he ages really slow or she ages really fast.
well also in their thing, magic users tend to age a lot slower. So
I don't know. It's just
it's
it sounds
it's
like the
just
way
weird.
they tried to get around it was saying that demons age faster or something, and then like I don't know. Once they hit their prime, they stop aging or something.
I think it's something like that. But again, I don't like the idea it went down the romance plot. I'd rather it just stayed as a father-daughter adventure. Because
Yeah,
even though the English translation is "if it's for my daughter, I even defeat the demon lord," and there is a demon lord subplot in the background, that never comes up. And they've only gone on an adventure together like one time, and that was to visit his home village. And the only thing bad that ever happened there was that she got sick a little bit, and that because of his village and how they operate, they like to do like ambushes on him to keep him in tip-top shape, and they had to go through that ambush. But there's like no actual danger. I'm like, I just rather they actually have an actual adventure together.
sounds
But dear
like
lord, when they actually do adventures when it's just Dale by himself doing his job, it gets very brutal, incredibly brutal.
like what Berserk brutal.
Like literally summoning a spell to swallow people up in the earth, cutting people, and having the blood spray, that kind of stuff. And even when the demon lord herself shows up, she freaking kills a maid in like the most brutal fashion.
Sounds pretty par for the course if you compare it to Berserk, like I
Yeah.
think Brett did.
Oh,
Yeah. But that stuff is very rare. Doesn't really happen. It's mostly sticks with Dale and his daughter, and the daughter gets a lot of showtime, and that's pretty tame. The only thing that went pretty far there is whenever while she was at school, like there's like a god for education, so like all the school teachers and stuff and staff are like priests and stuff, and you have like a substitute teacher to kind of figure out that she's a demon and basically traumatized her.
So parochial school.
Yeah.
This is, man, this thing sounds like it started off with a really good premise and then it's just so executed. It's executed so weirdly.
And let me tell you, the early bits when it is that father-daughter dynamic, it is amazing. It is absolutely precious, and I wish there was more for that. But And it takes it a while to get to the young adult phase, but when it gets there, I will say my interest in it just absolutely plummets.
You know, I think part of it has to do with the whole cultural thing with Japan. It's definitely gonna make it sound a lot weirder for us than for them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and
I don't know.
it's sort of like what happened with again with me with another anime, and that would be Rising of the Shield Hero. I liked it way more when Naofumi and
Raphtalia.
and Raphtalia had that father-daughter dynamic, then lost interest when she grew up.
Yeah,
Like I still liked it, but I was not as into it as I used to be whenever she grew up.
Yeah, they're making an English dub now, and it sucks that that they're not getting Vic Mignogna. He would have been.
They
perfect.
missed an opportunity to make Vic Naofumi. That would have been great on a meta level.
Holy
And
sh-
if they get Monica in there to be to be Princess Bitch.
Honestly, though, it's not gonna be as bad as I really think it's weird how now it's with the whole Macross dub, you can't really watch it. Not that it was watchable to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
With Vic as main character and Monica as his love interest.
That's awkward.
It is.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
He was on point during his deposition, though.
Oh yeah, incredibly so. I actually need to finish up his deposition, but watch the other two.
I only finished Ron's and Jesus
God
ate
damn it, Corbin!
flies.
I lost interest when she grew up.
God damn
Oh god! Now we gotta resurrect. Oh god! Now we gotta resurrect that.
Been
now-
exposed.
Damn it.
We gotta resurrect that Game of Thrones that Game of Thrones meme. What was the name of that guy? I don't remember his name.
FBI opened up.
The guy who kept saying too old.
Brett lost interest in that girl when she grew up.
Eh.
That sounds so
Hmm.
wrong. That sounds so wrong.
Does anyone remember what I'm talking about? He was one of the Kingsguard.
I don't watch
Oh,
Game of Thrones, so
yeah,
I
I think I
Yeah,
know what you're
sorry.
talking about.
I am so glad I didn't get into that show to be disappointed at the end.
The one that liked being little girls.
The one that, in fact, I think he was the one that actually. No, wait, I'm thinking of the Mountain. This is a different guy. He was a guy on Arya's list. I know that.
Yeah, yes, I know who you're talking about now.
All I know is that when he had that scene, everybody was memeing "too old," and it was like they would show like a fetus. And he's like,
Yikes.
Oh my god.
damn.
Oh my god.
Well, they did warn us that he was a pedophile in an earlier season.
I think the Hound gave him shit for that.
No, it was Braun. Referring to how he's better at beating little girls than fighting men.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm,
Ooh.
damn. That's a call out and a half.
Yep.
Jesus.
But then again, Braun was one of those characters that didn't care about anyone. Anyone thought of him.
He
He
cared
was
about
told
Tyrion.
that. What?
He cared about Tyrion.
Not so much in the show.
I don't know.
But-
It kind of felt. I mean, even though it kind of felt like Tyrion was the closest thing he had to an actual friend.
Well, in the books, it'll probably keep to that, but in the show, he was ready to kill him in season 8, just so that he
Wow.
could get his castle.
Oh. Fuck you, Braun.
But
Damn.
in the books, he's 100% loyal to Tyrion.
Yeah, I mean, I
And-
get it, Braun. You're a sellsword. You go where the coin is, but you were a sellsword with some principles.
Hey, right? In the book, he doesn't appear all that much, but what we do hear about him is that the lady that he married,
Yeah.
when she had her bastard, he named the child Tyrion.
Oh,
So
damn.
that was a clear showing to Cersei that Bronn was loyal to Tyrion.
Damn.
Gorgonet says, "Fuck you, Dan and Dave."
And apparently Dylan just posted up a Regina Saints Row 4.
Oh, let me go grab that real quick.
Oh yeah.
So, well,
It
he
was
could
a long
have done
time
her.
ago.
He could have done her topless, but it would have been censored.
Hmm.
Well, we all know that there's probably a mod out there to deal with that.
Oh, yeah.
Not for Saints Row. Trust me, they don't. Saints Row does not allow for mods. Like the engine just isn't built for it.
There we go.
Yep.
Look, you can't mod GTA Online. Someone found a way.
No, actually, Grand Theft Auto was made for mods.
Not the online game.
Yeah,
I,
not the online
oh,
game, no,
shit.
but you can mod the single player.
You know, I just remembered my YouTube channel. I actually had some videos on there, and one I made a video in a Rockstar editor of Regina. It was like this short, like little. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. It's like 44 seconds long, and it was in the style of a trailer. I'll post it in general.
So, actually, no, something I forgot to mention was that if anyone was paying attention to Brian's Twitter, they probably already know what I'm talking about. But Brian actually said that the reason why people should pay attention to the Mythoverse is because that is going to be Regina's end.
Spoilers.
It's not. Is it really a spoiler when Brian put it out?
Maybe some people like to be
yeah.
willfully ignorant.
Mm.
Who's Regina?
I'm putting up the trailer right now.
And I never went anywhere with it, but it was just a cool concept.
Saints Row 4, the best The Flash game to never exist.
That is true. Let's see if I can pull up that tweet. Actually, now that I remember, I actually quote tweeted that. Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, I think.
Yes, it was. Okay, so I looked it up, and there is a Paladin Belmec.
Nice.
It's got a top speed of 97 kilometers per hour, and is quite impressive on the weapons.
I would hope so.
I mean,
I don't call that authentic Regina, because I don't think I've seen an ounce of freckles on her.
yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Oh, on the Saints Row
Not
4
even
thing?
an ounce of freckles.
On the Saints Row
Yeah.
4 thing? Oh, they're there. You just gotta zoom in.
Well,
Well-
on the GTA one.
Oh, you're talking about the GTA one?
Yeah, the GTA one. But your Saints Row one is pretty good.
Oh, I could have sworn I had freckles on her.
Okay, man, I'm actually looking up, and it does not look like I did quote tweet it yesterday.
Oh wow.
I'm going to have to go back a little further.
Oh,
Yeah, she does have freckles.
probably not
Yeah.
very well seen, noticeable on the.
Found it!
Here, she does have freckles. I took a screenshot.
Yep, I found it.
So what do
I'm
you
sort
guys
of-
think? Can
I'm
you
sort
see
of-
freckles
I'm sort-
there?
The
On her
freckles.
chest, look. Zoom in.
All right.
I'm pulling it up on my PC too.
Maybe. I
I
think I
thi-
see some.
I think the resolution makes it hard to tell, but I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
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 I'm totally looking at her freckles right now.
Okay.
Stream deleted.
Oh, are we still on stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Hey, what?
Oopsie.
Wait,
And yes, Neostar Regina is in Changeling.
she's
So-
yeah, she's
but-
yeah, she's going to be a side character, and
But
as Brian said, I get her end.
Yeah,
okay.
because didn't he say in a tweet that basically Changeling is sort of like the official end to Regina's story. Just
well,
carries
the
on there.
The tweets and it's in general chat. You can see for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Regina in the Mythoverse like an alternate version of...
No, it is the original.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
What?
Duskwell.
Yes, I saw.
Yep.
Wait, so there...
I am refusing to comment. I am not even going to entertain it.
You're
Good
not going to
idea.
dignify that with a response.
Exactly.
Wait, I'm so confused.
That
Okay,
Regina's too old.
Just not even going to respond.
Well,
Just gonna let it hang.
I know. I'm talking about her being in the Mythoverse, and then.
Okay, I'll say this much. Rags and the Mythoverse are not in the same universe.
Yeah.
But there's a way that Regina's gonna find her way there.
Oh shit! It's like a crossover. Okay.
Yep.
Something like that. But yeah, as Brian said, Changeling is going to be the end to Regina's story.
Oh damn. That's actually a cool idea.
Nothing on the local call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, and I had my own take on that, but yeah. All I'll say is, if I do it right, you should laugh and cry.
Like the idea of Rag season 2.
Something like that, but with less profanity and nudity.
Oh
no, I'm
god.
talking about the existence of Rag season 2.
I think I'm starting to like Neostar even more now because I just read his reply to the chapter of the Chibi Mythoverse with the with the pacifier.
Wait. So hold up. There's actually a comment on the site.
Several of
Yeah,
them. Yeah.
there's pretty good comments.
I gotta go back. I didn't even know people were leaving comments on the website.
Yeah.
By the pacifiers of Peloponi, I silence thee.
What's kind of funny is the inspiration for that scene came from the scene in Endgame where Thanos begone thoughts Captain Marvel. Basically, I was like, I basically showed that scene to her and say, make it kind of like this, where she's holding her up, she's being blasted with force, and then she reaches with all of her might to slam her, like, be gone. Anyway.
He also posted another one where we meet the cat, and he says, that horrible little monster is adorable, and so is the kitten. Oh,
Nice.
God.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I take offense to the idea of Captain Marvel as a thought because
At least
Thoughts
thoughts
project-
provide something useful to society.
well,
Ooh.
it tried to look attractive.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Ooh, yeah. Ouch.
Oh, well, apparently Neo is trying to get on the good side of Adobe, saying that some people just can't appreciate the banjo.
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that woman hates the banjo with a passion. She hates country music too.
Yeah. Well, the banjo is just an instrument. It's not country music. It just happens
Oh
to
my
be used
god,
a
he
lot
also
in
has the
country music.
perfect comment on the board meeting one.
Oh.
Are there any questions that are not related to the small child attached to my hand? Neo raise his hand. Do you know who will be catering this year's office picnic?
That's pretty good.
That's nice. Nice.
Okay, so please tell me that like Maeve wouldn't like put up with like characters like Captain Marvel and all that. She wouldn't, or you know what I
Captain
mean?
Marvel doesn't exist in the Mythoverse.
I
She
mean,
wouldn't
as a
put up-
comic.
She wouldn't put up with any social justice bullcrap.
She's in high school. That means nothing to her.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Adobe wouldn't tolerate any of that.
Yeah, what's funny is, she's gay, but she never mentions it, and never.
Really?
Yeah, never. I mean,
Huh.
the one thing she hates, and I'm gonna have this be mentioned in the next novel, is that Hollywood and comics and all the other media make it seem so easy for a gay person to find a partner when it really isn't. It's like it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Like you end up in this situation where, if you're lucky, you find a small concentration of like sexuality people, but everyone is friends with everyone else, and everyone has eventually at some point slept with everybody else, and it's just one huge awkward situation. And
Yeah, this is the part of the LGBT community they don't like to talk about.
Wait a minute. That just made me think about something about what me and you talked about. Well, what I talked about with like almost everybody within the main core Mythoverse when interacting with my own characters. But that just reminds me of a thing that I've said to you, Dan, about Adobe and one of my characters relating very well to one another. And if she's also gay, then yeah, that's going to be even deeper. Then.
yeah. Well,
God damn. Why do these things line up?
Yeah.
It's weird how it all lines up.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the odds?
Who's gay? May have confused Neo there.
Yeah, but Adobe's in a really uniquely terrible situation romantically by book 2. For anyone who hasn't read book 1, I don't want to spoil it, but she basically has one option at this point. So if she screws it up, she's alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be some interesting conversations with Maeve when she talks about like, I can't even work up the nerves to talk to boys.
Well, and then we'll go to Adobe. I'm a lesbian. It's like, wait, you could do that?
Yeah, Adobe would say, I don't recommend it, but you know, it's the way it goes. Yeah.
Remember, a lesbian can feel the gay flowing through her.
I picture her saying something more like, "Man, I remember when just talking, somebody was the worst part of it."
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all liked that special someone that we've tried all summer to work up the nerve to go talk to.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's rough.
That's some commitment there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
5 years.
Yeah, I met her in the 5th grade, and she only saw me as the special needs kid.
Wow. Wow.
I think I felt my chest hurt then.
You were that bad at
Ah, man, that's rough.
You were that bad at talking to her?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I talked to her all the time. It's just I was more autistic back then, and then throughout high school, she always talked to me like I'm retarded. Oh, hey, Dylan. Like,
So she just taught like really slow and stuff.
Yeah, Neostar says Marvel Comics grossly overestimates the LGBT relationship process. Yeah, they make it sound so easy. It's like, oh, there's a girl there. We're both in a relationship now.
It's barely fucking easy to make. It barely makes it easy for heterosexual relationship. How is homosexuals gonna have it easier?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, there was a study recently that they were saying that because of their overrepresentation in media, most Americans overestimate the percentage of people who are gay.
Yeah, it's still a very small percentage, and you only really.
Yeah, it's like what, less than 1%, in fact.
Yeah, especially there's a large concentration in certain urban areas, but if you're like out in the middle of like Arkansas or Montana, chances are you'll probably won't ever see another gay person for a very long time.
Yeah, but that's because all anyone anywhere cares about is big cities. The rural areas don't count because reasons.
Yeah. Forget the fact that all the other areas, support the big cities because no one in the big cities makes anything or grows any food.
Where do you get your food?
Exactly.
I've heard it's really bad in California where legislatures screw farmers out of water because big cities need them more, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And we'd have to. I think we've got. Do we have anyone who lives in California? Oh wait, yeah, Eric does, but he's not in right now. Wait, Raven does.
Honestly, I think we should let Calexit go.
I mean, if things get bad enough, we're safe here in Texas. We'll just secede again. Bye, everyone.
I don't know. It seems like a bunch of Californians are looking to change Arizona into California 2.0.
They're trying to do that where I live.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I wish I was streaming.
Why?
So Elphia made a shot and went straight through the legs of one of her lancemates and hit the target.
Damn.
Oof.
Nice.
Between the legs.
And right now, I'm fighting something that looks like Clayface.
Yeah, I sprinted over to save a civilian, and it was actually a shapeshifter. I hate when that happens. So now I have a sniper at point blank range, having to face down
versus the thing.
Versus the thing, yeah.
Wait, what?
It's like I would say Clayface.
Yeah.
Clayface, the thing, same concept. One just works faster.
and one is made of some. One is an alien parasite that One is an alien parasite that takes on the appearance of its host, and the other is some Hollywood actor that got exposed to some sort of chemical that turned his body into clay.
You're saying they all can't do that?
Also, I think I may have just noticed a mistake on the Mythoverse website.
What?
That's impossible. We don't make mistakes.
Going through the comic pages, like for the Mythoverse chibis.
Mm-hmm.
You got the first, previous, next, last options.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The I in first is capitalized.
Yeah.
Either that or that's a lowercase l. Either way.
In case you'll have to fire your website person.
I see it.
Let me see if that's actually a font issue, real quick. I'm gonna inspect that element and see. I mean, you're probably right, but I'll see.
Oh, there's a.
This is me. I just happened to look at some. Haven't passively noticed. Wait a minute. Something's off here.
There's actually a mistake I noticed. It's in the other world document. Talk about the other worlds in the Mythoverse.
Yeah.
You list off the Fae clans, and the goblin the goblins aren't information is not filled out at all.
Because I haven't filled it out yet.
Joke's on you. We can't fill out information we don't have. Not a mistake. Changed my mind.
Yeah, according to the source, that is a lowercase I. I think it's just the font.
just the font.
Yeah, but you're right. It does look a lot like an uppercase I.
My friend Brent's very special.
Let me see what happens if I turn this to an uppercase I.
It's probably gonna have like
Yeah.
the I don't know what exactly you call them, but basically the other lines at the top and bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the uppercase I and the lowercase I look exactly the same in this font.
That's a weird font.
Yeah, because if I change it to capital I don't notice any difference. It looks like
Organized goblins just use Alex Jones for the lore.
you're right. That does look exactly like the uppercase I, and if you zoom in, yeah.
Oh yeah, if you do zoom in and actually look,
Oh, you're right.
that's super weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that font because you can't see that gap in the.
That's super weird. Actually, now that I think I noticed it, I think I can see a little bit of the gap, but it is so like paper thin.
Yeah, it is. You have to zoom in really close to see it. It's like a pixel wide.
That's hilarious. That's like a micro. That's like a micropixel line.
That is nuts. That is nuts. Yeah. All right. Well, hello there.
This is why I did not stick with web design. I had like only one course in it through college.
Now, after all that, please go to my DMs and please have commission me for editing work. I really need it. I have displayed my skills.
I took
Awesome.
4 separate coding classes in college. Before I took coding, I was convinced that all programmers were geniuses, and now I'm convinced that they're these supernatural entities and demigods. I can't code worth a shit. So, yeah, that's actually the thing that impresses me most about Adobe is that she can code.
Well, she's
4 classes later, and I still suck at it.
She did that by necessity because she's completely incapable of dealing with people.
Yeah.
I was really proud of myself for being able to make a dice roller in C++.
Nice.
I learned how to code in high school.
I probably should have.
I did some coding classes whenever I had to learn how to do network administration security at ITD Tech, and then some more with instrumentation since I'll need to know calibrations.
Yeah, so what we had to do is we had to make our own not necessarily websites, but links or whatever.
Web page.
Our own web pages, and then in those web pages we had to link to another one, and mine was just one big fan fiction that was a fight between Mandy from Billy Mandy and Gaz from Invader Sim, and each link was a different ending.
Damn.
It was a choose your own adventure novel, essentially.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's actually kind of nice. Though, speaking of that, you remind me I need to get back into reading Grim Tales from Down Below. It's been a while.
I haven't read that in years.
Nice.
It's still ongoing.
How long is that? How long has that webcomic been going?
Until he
Years.
Until he goes to jail.
Possibly.
Oh well. Guys, it's about 11, so I'm going to have to call it here. So thanks for sticking around through the technical difficulties, guys. And I will get my daughter back. She feels really terrible, but I want her to introduce the show for us next time. So I'll see if I can make her get back to that. So any closing remarks that you want to make, Brett, Matt, anyone else? Feel free.
No, all I'll just say is if you're an artist, just remember next week we'll be going through the submissions for our weekly art contest. The theme is combat on the beach.
Mm-hmm. We will tweet this out to reinforce it for those who haven't caught the stream.
Do we post this in the art gallery?
Sure.
I think I'll probably make a separate. Well, you could put it in
channel or something.
You know what? Actually, put it in the fan art gallery. I'll make a separate channel for the winners.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I already tweeted it out through the Mythoverse Twitter. But yeah, that's the only other thing I want to mention is like we now have our Steam group, and there's a link in the Discord. Although I'll probably tweet out a link later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Matt, anything you want to mention?
Other than, I hope that you're all enjoying our content, and I definitely hope to see a lot of entries for the contest.
I think we will.
But-
I think we're gonna see some great art. I mean, we have a lot of really talented, enthusiastic artists in the community, so I'm expecting
Do
great
we
things.
post this in Artist Alley or?
I think.
fan
I think.
Post it in the fan art gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably put that in the community announcements just so everybody knows.
Awesome. All right, guys. With that, thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for all the Fs for the stream that went down. And now we know that apparently Grand Theft Online is no bueno.
Maybe we.
I probably need to have a dedicated machine just to stream and then
Probably.
play on that, and instead of doing it all on one machine.
Can I do like a little bit of a plug thing?
Of course.
Go ahead.
If anyone listening to right now, God damn it, Gorgonite. If any of you guys out there listening or will listen after the archive are interested in any tabletop games, tabletop RPGs, or anything like that, then this Saturday on my YouTube channel, just Dust School Team, I will be interviewing the creator of a new indie tabletop game, Veil the Void. So that's going to be going down on Saturday, either between 4:30 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Cool.
It'll go on for a few hours, depending on how long he wants to go. I'm already starting to write up questions and getting a time frame for everything, so that's in the works.
Excellent. Anyone else? Dylan? Anyone else want to plug or talk about anything?
I've got my own comic in the works. It's called Blood and Roses.
Okay. Is that on? Is that something that's going to be published in print or a webcomic?
Through the Mythoverse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember now. Okay.
Yeah, it was gonna be like this gothic horror type story. I'm still ironing out the details, but it's about like this vampire. She woke up from hundreds of years of slumber. And like when she woke up, in modern day, it turns out she's having like these creatures come after her, and the only way she can like seal them away is through this amulet that's in this old castle that she was used to live in, because she was raised by the Order.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can defeat these monsters is by sealing them away, because you have like if they like see you. Okay, like the monsters that are coming after her outside the castle, they're small, so you can fend them off. But the ones inside the castle are just like horrifying. That's the idea I'm going for. And as soon as like they see you, like you're screwed. Yeah, I wanted to. I mean, there's definitely gonna be like different elements to it other than horror. Like I'm thinking, of course, characters and the narration of the main character. It have like this sort of poetry to it. Think along the lines of Arkham Asylum, a serious house on a serious earth. That was like one of the big inspirations.
Nice.
Then the castle setting is obviously like a nod to like Castlevania. But yeah, I wanted to also express this feeling of dread and like hopelessness. like against like these monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to find a way to express the feeling of insignificance, like compared to like something like horrifying that can like uh, that's like can barely fit into a castle corridor.
Mm-hmm. It's like an overwhelming sense of horror.
Yes.
Nice. And would you say there's also like a degree of like despair and hopelessness to it? Because there's no
Yes.
way you can possibly resist these creatures, let alone defeat them.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about having them speak. And like like they know she's there, but
Mhm.
they just don't. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what direction I'm taking the monsters in, but I think them like pretty much shit talking her. Or if anyone else has any great ideas, I'd love to hear them at some point.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we will continue to discuss it in the Discord as you flesh the idea out, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm definitely writing it, and I'll make any corrections, changes if necessary.
Cool.
Yeah. My ideas for a comic have certainly changed since I initially started to want to make something for the Mythoverse.
Yeah. Well, I like what you have there so far, and there's a lot of potential for a very cool story. So, yeah, keep at it, and we will be here to help you, of course, develop it.
We're definitely gonna be hosting a special premiere episode for all the Phase 2 books at the beginning of the new year.
Mm-hmm. And I, for one, cannot wait to see all these new things. So, with that, folks, thank you very much, and we will be here next week, hopefully with fewer drops. So,
hopefully,
we'll see.
Hopefully.
All right, guys.
Very key word there.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, well, there'll be no GTA Online, so there's that. All right, guys. Good night, and be well. Stay safe and stay sane.